Welcome to another game of Catan. Today we are in fourth position on a pretty high ore board. Black takes the 4-9-6, which I think is a good spot. I would consider the 8-5-10 here. It's probably going to get taken before it gets to me. I hope we don't get locked out of ore here, but there is plenty of good ore spots, and depending on what our competitors take, we could get a pretty solid ore wheat sheep setup. Now if third position takes the 8-5-10, we could always do the 8-4-3 on some sheep, and then the 3-4-8 going towards the sheep port, which is a really solid setup. But whatever third position takes, I think we'll have a pretty decent setup here. If they do take the 8-4-3, then it'll be a little bit tougher for us because there's not a lot to pair with the 8-5-10. It's a great spot, plenty of ore, but I don't like getting on this 6-5-9 sheep going towards the 3-1 because we have no wood to pair with it. Okay, so he does take the 8-5-10 here, which is really good for us. So now, obviously, we're going to take the 8-4-3 and the 4-3-8. So we're relying on 3 resources, but and 3 numbers. But this looks pretty decent for us. So I think I'm going to place on this sheep first. And the road here doesn't matter that much because somebody is probably going to, I'm sure red's going to take our port here. But I think we'll have the sheep port to ourselves, which is nice. And our ratios are really, really good for this board. So I really like our setup here. We really need, all 8-4-3s. I love it from orange. Yeah, so we're relying on 3 numbers, which is scary, but it's just too perfect of a setup with our coordinated ore, coordinated wheat, plenty of sheep. So as long as our numbers hit, we should be okay. But I feel pretty good about it. I mean, the 8s will hit. We don't have to worry about that, but the sheep will matter. It might have been better to actually place on the sheep as my second settlement instead of my first, just so I can get the 2 free sheep. Because I'm sure I'm going to be doing some early dev cards here to keep this 8 unblocked. But I think we're all going to have a pretty decent setup. I'm not sure about red's road. I'm not sure why they wouldn't go up. Because now he has to place 2 roads to get to the 3-1. But I think he just wanted to get on the 9-10. Orange definitely has the worst setup here, I think. He's on no sheep. He's on no ore. He will likely get road, though. And once he gets to the wheat port, it won't be too bad for him. But what's black going to take? I could see, okay, black takes the 11-3-6 for the free road. And if I was him, I'd probably rob that 8 and steal from me here. And hopefully he gets my wheat. Okay, but he does the 8 wheat. I was talking about the 8 ore, but he steals from orange, which is interesting. He probably wants to break up his free road, which is fair. So we're definitely going to do dev cards a little bit earlier on this game. We don't have to worry about cities too much. We're on a good amount of resources here. And it's not that bad that he blocks the 8 wheat because we have our 8 ore open. So we could save for the city, which I don't think I'm going to do because I don't want to come off too big of a target here, so I'm going to go for the dev card, which we were hoping would be a knight, but it's okay. We got the victory point, which is fine. And black with the early settle on the brick port. That's pretty good for black, actually. We already have 2 more VPs that we can get, or 2 more dev cards. I know I messed that up a lot, but I think I'm just going to get the 1 and then save for the city, because I think this is going to be a pretty quick game, and I only need 1 knight here. I think you can get 2 dev cards here as well, and that's not the worst thing in the world, but I do want to city up this 8 ore pretty quickly. So orange, interesting, blocks the 6 brick. Yeah, so I think if we put a city up, we would be getting blocked here. So I'm happy building up our knights because I think we're going to still be competing for army here. Yeah, red already buys a dev card. So hopefully we do get our ore. We're going to city this up. I'm tempted to play the aggressive knight, but I think we can outpace red no matter what. So as long as our numbers hit a decent amount, which they are. This is risky, though. I've played games where I'm only on 3 numbers, and I believe the last time I played, I lost, settling on only 3 numbers, but this is just too good of a setup. Our only worry now is that orange cuts us off to the sheep port, but he has such a good settle on the 11, 10, 9. We are still not getting robbed here, which is very surprising, though. So I think we are going to block red here, just because he's competing with us for army. And we get a sheep. And the mono. The mono is not bad. We might actually mono for brick or wood. Okay, yeah, because now orange has all the incentive in the world to cut us off to the sheep port, which is definitely what we need here. And so now really orange's only out is to take this sheep port. We are on a lot of sheep here. Let's see the 6 hit. I'm tempted to mono the ore, but that's a bad idea. Maybe we can get a road down. If not, I think we have to go for the dev here, unfortunately, just because everyone's stocking up on devs and we don't want to fall behind in the race. I think we have some time, though. I don't think orange can cut us off just yet. Also, if we don't get the sheep port, it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, black's going to be robbing from us because he's also competing with us for army. We'll probably block his 6 next go. Yeah, and we'll have to keep that production up. Or keep our robber production up so we can combat black. But next block is going to be the 6. Black's pretty flexible also because he can grab road here. Yeah, here's orange cutting us off. I kind of figured this was going to happen, but our ratios are pretty decent here. Not a lot of ore in play. I don't really want to 4-for-1 my sheep. And I don't want to fall behind on army either, but I think we'll be able to get it next round. I don't see a point in 4-for-1ing here. I mean, we could mono the brick and get our road down to the 3-to-1, but I don't think it's necessary right now, so I think I'm going to pass. As long as we have one settlement spot open, which we should have on the 4, we'll be fine. So I'm fine holding here. Orange goes for the early road. What's nice too is red's going for that port instead of the 3-to-1, which I think is definitely a mistake, going to the 3-to-1 port on the 9-10. He's going to need some ore to combat us here. So an 8 here would be nice. If not, I think we might have to 4-for-1 for a road. We do get the 8. So we get another knight. We have army locked down. Now we just need our last settlement spot. So I know it looks ugly, but I think we will have to 4-for-1 here. For the wood brick. Now if red shows that he's going to snag this spot from us, then we can always mono. So it looks like black doesn't have another knight, which is good. We may have to use our mono next turn. You usually never want to use your mono for wood or brick, by the way, but this is a rare circumstance. I wonder if orange cuts black off at that ore port. Him getting on the 3-6 actually is super huge for him. And he has the wheat port. Red with the city. There's a lot of brick on the board. And I really do need that second settlement down, and it'd be nice to get on the 3-1. So I think I am going to mono the brick here. Hopefully we get enough. And we do. Now we have 2 left over. So we're looking pretty good here. As long as our numbers keep rolling, we'll probably 7 out this next round, but we're looking pretty good. We're blocking black 6, so he's not going to be able to compete with us for army. We do get the 7. We don't need the brick anymore, so we're going to toss that. We're going to keep our 2 sheep and 2 ore. Now he should be blocking us. Yeah, he does steal from us, which makes sense. And he gets the dev card. I think we are still going to rob from black because he has a very flexible setup. You can always snag road from orange pretty easily here. We do get the brick, though. Let's see if someone makes this trade. Orange does. We'll get another dev, which is a VP. So now all we need to do is city up our 4-8-3 and our 8, and we should be good. But black has a mono. So I wonder if he's going to use it to place... Okay, use it for a city. Is he going to buy more dev cards here? I think at this point, your opponents need to be buying devs to combat our setup here. Great mono, though, for him. But what is he going to do with the leftover ore? He passes on 8. That's interesting. So if we get another 8 here, that'd be huge. That'll give us a city on the 4-8-3. What's nice, too, is red doesn't have any incentive to play his knight here, so we don't have to worry. Even if he did have a knight. Bummer, we do not have... I think we'll just hold here. We'll probably get robbed again. Hopefully not on the 8, but most likely going to be on the 8. At least black 7's out here. I'm surprised he held with 8 cards last round. So he's definitely going to put on this 8 ore, steal from us, which is going to hurt us quite a bit. But I don't mind. If we roll a 3, we can still get another dev card, and I don't mind that either. But black's looking pretty decent. And he can very easily catch up if that 8 continues being blocked. So I'm glad we have the 3-1. Hopefully more 7s hit, though. That 8 ore is definitely key to our game. So even if we get robbed again, I would rather that 8 be open. And it looks like he robs from black as well. Interesting. Let's see if anyone makes this trade. Nope. Now black probably has a knight here. Yep, puts it back on the 8. Yeah, we definitely don't like that. If he rolls a 6, he doesn't. Okay, so we're still doing okay. But this could be very bad. Yeah, he's already on 2. He still needs 2 more knights. Red's behind us, but he has other intentions with that wood port. So yeah, so we 3-for-1s his wheat. Yeah, so our numbers were hitting earlier, and now they're not. Our 4 just hit. So we need that second city pretty bad, though, because this 8 being blocked is pretty bad for us. Now, in black's position, he either should... Okay, yeah, he either should be going for road, connecting here, or going for army, but he's instead going for the settlement. Interesting. So now I think we might have to actually get more dev cards here instead of a city, just because now it looks like he very well could have 2 more knights there. So let's see what orange blocks. He might end up blocking the 9 or maybe the 4. But But he blocks the 10. Interesting. Not sure why he'd block the 10. I don't think red's much of a threat here. I can understand black going for the 9-2. It must mean he's fully intending on going for army here. That's a brutal 7. Okay, so we are going to block black. That is brutal. That is the last thing that we wanted. See if red trades us here. Yeah, red needs the ore, so he's the last. Now we hit an 8. So even if black has a knight here, we should be fine. We are probably going to 7 out, though. Yeah, we are close, but it doesn't look like black has the knight, so I'm a little bit less fearful. So I think that's the win right there, actually. Yeah, another lucky 8. This might have been the quickest game I've ever played. Yeah. So our numbers paid off for us this game. Yeah, so we had the coordinated 8-4-3, 8-4-3. We only needed one settlement placement. I don't even think we used the 3-1 maybe one time. I wouldn't have been that stressed if red took the 3-1. I think they should have done that for sure instead of going to this 9-10 3-1 up at the top, because that would have hurt me quite a bit. Then I would have to go off to the 4, but in a position like this, you need to be feeding black dev cards because, yeah, I just have a really, really good setup here, especially with the 4s hitting as much as they did. Pretty solid. 8s as well. 3s didn't hit as much, but still a very good game. Sometimes being on 3 resources pays off, sometimes it doesn't, and this time it paid off for us. So, good game. Hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you in the next one.